I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. You're always laughing. Why are you making fun of this recording I'm playing off the Johnny Cash version of Hurt from 9 Inch Nails?
I'm sorry.
There's nothing funny about it. It's just a man singing a song. Johnny Cash in this instance. That we're playing the recording of from my phone, so it may not come clearly through the mic, but you're right here in the room, so you should know.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
No, you're allowed to play like a small portion,
Uh-huh.
like under 15 seconds. That's
Okay.
copyright allows that, and for the purposes of critique.
Mm-hmm.
You laughing, I think, counts as critique because you think of it as so ridiculous. You started laughing. So, if copyright comes first, that's what I'm going to bring up. Anyway, hello, hi, welcome. Name of the show is Politics. Although I call it Politricks, and the title of this episode is Talk to Me. My name is Presh.
And I'm Ty. I'm back.
And before we start, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Matt Chrisman. Do you know who that is?
No.
So he's a host of a podcast on this show, right? He's currently going through some medical emergency.
Oh no.
They haven't disclosed what what the issue is, but I don't pray, so I'm not going to say I'm praying, but my well wishes towards him.
Yeah.
Somebody put out a tweet that was like, I wouldn't be the person I was today if not for Matt Crispin, and I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I feel very similarly. He broke down a lot of Marxist concepts that in an easy, accessible way for me. That now I can speak with some not authority, but
conviction.
No, I have a base of knowledge to draw from instead of just going in blind.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So yes, my well wishes to him.
Yeah.
And so clean up from last week. Well, you weren't here, so
Yeah.
I've missed a big opportunity to talk shit about you. Sadly, I'm just gonna have to talk shit about you while you're here.
I listened to it and I was like, this is weird. There's no shit talking.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's the biggest shit talk of all. I don't even remember to. I think you're so insignificant. I don't even remember to talk shit about you. That's the biggest dagger to the heart, I feel. Yeah. Anyway, I was mentioning non-explicit horror movies that scared the shit out of me. Okay. So the one I mentioned was Rear Window. Okay. Just somebody spying on me while I'm just going about my life.
Yes.
Even though I'm not doing anything, fucked.
Yeah.
Well, it's not about illegal, it's about immoral.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's something that's legal but immoral? What if I was signing papers to become a landlord in here? I would be very worried about somebody saying that. That's something disgusting, but if they saw me I don't know.
Yeah.
Smoking marijuana or doing coke or whatever drug, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I do care. That's the whole point I'm making, that I don't want to be spied on, full stop. It doesn't matter what's happening. But anyway, the one I forgot to mention, which I did mention later in the episode in a different context, was David Fincher's The Game.
Yes. Don't
ever put me in the game situation, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking about going around to my family and friends and making them sign a contract that says you're not allowed to put pressure in the game. I'm so worried about a game situation that if I even suspect even a little bit that I'm in the game,
yes,
I'll pull out a gun and shoot myself, because I would rather die than be in the game. All right?
Okay. Right.
Well, do you want to know what the game is?
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you. It's the plot of the movie, All
right. Okay.
So, anyway, watch the game.
Okay.
Very underrated. Well, I'll speak about it later.
Okay.
Anyway, later in that episode, I was trying to remember David Fincher's filmography.
Yes.
And I was just, because I wanted to say which one is my favorite.
Mm.
And listening back, the two I forgot to mention are Fight Club and The Social Network, which, like, a lot of people have that as their number 1 and 2 David Fincher movies.
Yeah.
But have to say, sorry, listeners, even if I mention it, it wouldn't matter because I still think Zodiac and Seven are my top 2 Fincher movies.
Seven Heaven.
Seven Heaven.
Or Seven.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
It's spelled SE, the number 7EN.
Yes.
But yes, it's pronounced Seven.
Right.
Anyway, like, I like Fight Club a lot less than most people.
Mm.
You know, I think it's still a very solid movie. It's just I don't have the same regard for it that other people do.
Yeah.
And The Social Network is a masterpiece. It's just similarly, it's just a matter of taste that I like Zodiac and Seven more.
That's fair.
But yeah, do you have anything to say before we?
No.
All right. So, kind of fucked up a little bit with the news, right?
Okay.
I just I usually go through them and I research them more, but I just have like the headings of a bunch of stuff here.
All right. Okay.
So it may not be a very well researched episode this week. It's just well, I can just Google while we're here. But anyway, first of all, okay, I don't need a news story for this, but the big news of the week.
Okay.
It broke my heart. I was on the verge of tears, right?
Okay.
But I found out that Mark Wahlberg, you know the quote that he said about he would have stopped 9/11?
Yes.
It wasn't just random. It was he was supposed to be on that flight and somebody was asking him about it. I just assumed it was like he was like at a talk show or something, and they were like, "So, what's your diet?" And he's like, "Yeah, I eat a salad." But listen, if I were there, things would have gone way differently on 9/11. That's what I thought it was. I thought he just brought it up like unprompted, but apparently, yes, he was supposed to be on 9/11, but his meeting got cancelled or whatever, so he didn't get on the flight.
Yeah.
And that fucked me up. That's it's still a funny story claiming you had stopped 9/11. I really thought he just
randomly brought it
out. Like there were people in a room talking. He burst into the room and said, "Hey, I would have stopped 9/11." Fuck, now that hurt me when I found this out.
Also, I think it may have been Seth Rogen, I want to say, but like one of those types of like comedy actors, or he was also meant to be on one of those flights.
You thinking of Seth MacFarlane?
Seth MacFarlane,
not Seth Rogen.
I was close.
You just got their names right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seth versus Seth.
Yeah, but do you know what the other Seth does? Seth MacFarlane.
I think he is he does like animation stuff, doesn't he?
Right, he's the creator and the voice actor of Family Guy.
Yeah.
He does the voice of the baby, the dog, and Peter.
Oh, nice.
Right? Then he made American Dad, which is his other cartoon. Right. Then he made the Cleveland Show, which is a spin-off of Family Guy.
Yeah.
And then he went into movies. He made Ted and Ted 2. He's the voice of Ted.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And he also made another movie called A Million Ways to Die in the West, where he plays himself in that.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Yes, Amanda Seyfried, isn't it? I love her.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I've been seeing a lot of okay, do you know who James Adomian is?
No.
All right. He's another voice actor.
Okay.
The podcast I was talking about with Matt Christman?
Yeah.
He shows up on there from time to time.
Okay.
But he's also the voice of Bane in the Harley Quinn show.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
He's a very good voice actor, but he's from Armenia.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know where he's from.
Oh, no.
I think he's of Armenian descent.
Oh.
Or something like that. Like his parents may have been from Armenia.
Okay.
And he's been tweeting a lot about this, so I wanted to mention this, right?
Okay.
So again, I just pulled up this CNN article now.
Okay.
Right? It says thousands of ethnic Armenians flee Nagorno-Karabakh after breakaway region's defeat.
Oh.
So, Nonna Pogoshin spent Monday morning walking around her family home in Nagorno-Karabakh trying to understand what to take, what is the most important stuff I can fit into my suitcase.
Damn.
Her 9-year-old twin children had been upstairs deciding which of their belongings they would have to leave behind. They cry for every toy, Pogoshin, the American University of Armenia's program coordinator in the region's capital Stepanakert told CNN. Pogoshin and her family are about to join the thousands of people fleeing Nagorno-Karabakh for Armenia, days after Azerbaijan launched a lightning offensive and said he had taken back full control of the breakaway region, sparking a mass exodus of the region's 120,000 ethnic Armenians. More than 13,500 people had arrived in Armenia from Nagorno-Karabakh by Tuesday, the Armenian Foreign Ministry told CNN. As many more were attempting to flee the enclave on Monday evening, a powerful explosion ripped through a gas station near Stepanakert, where people had been attempting to get fuel before driving to Armenia. At least 20 people were killed and 290 wounded in the blast, Armenian state news agency Armed Press said. The wounded were taken to 4 hospitals across Nagorno-Karabakh, one of them being a Russian peacekeeping mission clinic. Azerbaijan's brief but bloody offensive last week killed more than 200 people and injured many more before Karabakh officials agreed to a Russia-brokered ceasefire in which they agreed to dissolve their armed forces. Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev said Baku had restored its sovereignty over the enclave with an iron fist. The Karabakh presidency told Reuters that a majority of Karabakh Armenians did not want to live in Azerbaijan and they would have to leave for Armenia. Azerbaijan has said it will guarantee the rights of those living in the region, but Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan said and international experts have repeatedly warned of the risk of ethnic cleansing of Armenians in the enclave. Our people do not want to live as part of Azerbaijan. 99.9% prefer to leave our historic lands, David Babayan said, an advisor to Samvel Shah Ramayan, the president of the self-styled Republic of Artsakh, told Reuters. Pogoshin told CNN she did not know if a single family who was planning to remain in Nagorno-Karabakh. If they say it is 99.9%, it's false. It's 100%, she said. I can tell you a lot of tales saying, look, a lot of Armenian families are staying, but I know that no one, even the poorest family, is staying. So, based on that, it just seems like the Azerbaijani government annexed an area of land to make it into Azerbaijan territory, and there were a lot of ethnic Armenians there, and they had to flee.
Yeah.
And as part of them taking over that region, a lot of people were killed of Armenian descent. So, but they said they are ethnic Armenians. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a terrible, terrible thing.
Yes. Did you read the words ethnic cleansing?
Yeah.
That's very terrifying words to read. So, we need to be spreading more awareness and information about this situation because, like James Adomian was saying, it's not getting talked about in the
press.
Yeah, it's not one of the biggest stories. It should be like a huge thing.
This is a big deal.
But similarly in Palestine, the Palestine people are being, oppressed and ethnically cleansed, and that's not top stories either. So, it's like, people being murdered around the world, not a big deal to the news.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next story. The road closures, mudslides, and stranded. Western Cape storm wreaks havoc.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, I just, a few days ago, I was on Twitter, I looked at the trending things, and it said Cape Town storm, and you saw these horrific videos of people just being washed away, of people like the water being up to the roofs of houses, and people being on boats, and families not being able to find their the rest of their family, Anyway, so from being stranded to being evacuated, the severe storms in the Western Cape over the weekend have impacted people in different ways. Large parts of the Western Cape were hit by heavy downpours and gale force winds that led to severe flooding and road closures. News 24 earlier reported that people had to be evacuated in different areas because of the heavy flooding, including 6 children trapped in 3 houses in Strand. Mudslides were also reported in multiple areas. A low bridge leading into a small town of Sierbrak was flooded, leaving residents and visitors with no way to enter. Glenn Bounds, News 24's chief sub-editor, left for Sierbrak on Saturday for a getaway over the long weekend. He is now stranded in the holiday home because of the flooded bridge. Bounds said while the place they were staying in was warm and hadn't been flooded, they could not get to the shops on the other side of the bridge. Thankfully, a local resident baked Bounds some bread, so they haven't gone hungry yet. Our crisis is that we can't get out, Bounds said, so they will definitely be stuck here for another day. Yeah, okay, and then they just go through more of that. But yes,
That's
I don't know, like, because Cape Town is kind of known for hectic weather stuff. Well,
Yeah.
not known, but like known to me.
they get a lot more than the rest of us do.
Yes, I've seen this video where they had like heavy winds.
Yeah.
Somebody was like holding onto a pole because they were being, you know.
That's not a laughing matter,
Yeah.
but it's also a somewhat funny visual of like a cartoon.
That's what I was
character.
gonna say. That's like what a cartoon looks like, bro.
Yeah.
It was so like hectic. Like that's not how a person is supposed to to look, you know.
Yeah.
Like they were the flag on a flagpole.
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, I hope the local government are
Doing something.
doing something.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what you would do in this situation. Luckily I'm not in charge, but
Yeah.
hopefully, you know, things get under control and casualties are kept at a minimum.
Yeah. We can only hope.
Well, some slightly better news.
Yeah.
The Writers Guild of America strike is
Yes.
on the verge of being ended.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know what day it was. I think maybe on Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
It's sometime recently.
Right. They apparently the producers put forward a proposal that the WGA heads
Yeah.
thought was acceptable.
Right.
So now it's going to go to a vote, so all the members of the union have their say, and it's expected. You know, you usually expect if the leadership is happy with it, that the you know, the people within the union would also be happy with it. You
Yeah.
know? But
Yeah.
so it's likely that they'll sign the deal, and you know,
Yeah.
writing will go back. But the thing is, the actors are still on strike.
Yes.
I don't know why people, like, I saw a lot of people saying that, oh, the actors are back, and I'm like, no,
Not quite how that works.
The actors are still on strike. The writers' strike is on the verge of being ended.
Yeah.
There were 2 separate strikes happening,
Yeah.
although, you know, they're very interlinked in their work.
Yeah.
But they were 2 separate strikes, so it's only the writers that have
Yeah.
on the verge of being resolved. I shouldn't say resolved, because they might still vote
Yeah.
against it. Although I have to say, I don't think they should sign it.
Okay.
I haven't seen the deal, but if if the producers are willing to give you that, you should ask for more. If they're comfortable giving it to you, you should make them uncomfortable. That's what my opinion. But
Ask for triple that.
yeah, once again, luckily I'm not the head of the WGA. We never get anything. Right. Okay, then.
Sorry, wait. Following the news of this, it was published that a reboot of The Office is in works. You know, the American Office with Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Why did you have to specify the American Office?
because I think there's another The Office.
Probably.
I don't know.
All right.
I've just heard people fighting about it, but
It's
I
from
don't know.
Britain.
Oh.
It was made by Ricky Gervais. He was the.
Oh,
Anyway, The Office is a spin-off of.
The Office.
Yes. So, yes. Is this a reboot of the spin-off or the reboot of the original?
This is a reboot of the original.
The English.
No.
The English one is the original.
Oh no, okay, then it's a reboot of the spin-off.
All right.
Yes.
And is it just in that office later on, or is it like Michael, Jim, and Pam?
So currently there's, as far as I've seen, there's no details on who's returning. But a lot of the old cast members have said, yeah, they're happy to come back and do something.
Well, I know there's a podcast that Pam and who's the blonde lady?
I don't know. I've never watched The Office.
Jesus. Anyway, they have an office-based podcast where they like review old episodes of The Office.
That's quite cool.
So, and like I heard that The Office is very popular on Netflix.
Yes.
So
yeah, it is.
But I don't think they should bring it back. It's like people need to let go.
Yeah.
Things are.
Yeah.
You know, like they used to reboot things from the 60s.
Yeah.
Now we're rebooting things from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like we you know, if it's been like 40 years or something, fair enough. You know, you're introducing to a new audience, but it's like
it's the same people. Why,
bro? There's no need for this. I feel.
Yeah.
But you know.
I mean, we'll see where it goes from here.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. That's fair.
You know, for many years I wanted Heroes to come back.
Yeah.
And when Heroes did come back, I didn't watch it. And I just heard it was very bad. Not that I was, you know, wanted to like. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
And I had no like
intention
to watch it, but all I heard was it's bad. So I'm like, all right, my intention didn't change. I still wouldn't have watched it, but now I'm doubly not going to watch it. Anyway, so similar, yeah. But Jim is a big time actor now in movies.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to get him back? And
I don't know.
What is Steve Carell doing?
Last I saw him was in Space Force. I don't know what he's doing now though.
Yeah, but Space Force sucked shit, bro. I don't think it was funny at all.
I found it very
But what
funny.
Fred, he swears by it. He's like, that's one of the best, the funniest shows on TV. That's a very like liberal show.
It's not the funniest, but I've definitely
It's
had
liberal humor.
quite a few
They're
laughs.
trying to make fun of our dear president, Mr. Trump, because he created a
Space Force. Yes.
But let me ask you something. Did Joe Brandon take apart that Space Force? No, he's still funding that shit. So don't tell me it was a bad idea or whatever. Just because it was Trump, that's why everyone had a problem. Now that Joe Brandon is in charge, nobody's talking about it. So, you know, it's just a clear bias against, you know.
Donald Trump.
Yes, you know, I claim to be a left winger. If Donald Trump said the words and activated me, you know, sir, I'm ready and waiting. You just give me the call, sir. Anyway, can I ask you something? What is the AGOA?
The AGOA.
I didn't ask you to like say the word that I gave the acronym for. I asked you, do you know what it is?
Actors Guild of America.
Wow, that's a good.
Yeah.
But the one you're thinking of, the Screen Actors Guild, SAG.
Oh, damn it.
Right.
Yeah.
SAG-AFTRA. I don't know what the AFTRA stands for, but
We spoke about it in a podcast
yes.
when they
But
were
anyway,
announced.
AGOA is the African Growth and Opportunities Act.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you recall that when that piece of shit Brigity
Yes.
he lied because look, he said he had evidence and he would bet his reputation on the fact that he had evidence that we were selling
Weaponry.
weapons to Russia,
Yeah.
right? So the ANC did what's it called?
A deep dive.
An investigation, and they found out that it was all above board. Everything's fine.
Oh.
That being said, it's like who's watching the Watchmen? You know, they investigating themselves. They could easily falsify, you know, information.
Yeah.
But no, so I'm not taking their word for it.
Yes.
But Brigity said he had evidence.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking evidence, Brigity?
I don't know.
That man's gone missing. So that's why I'm like, even though I don't believe the ANC, I believe that no evidence has been provided to the contrary, even though we were told that
there was evidence.
yes, the ambassador staked his reputation on the fact that he had evidence. And right, but anyway, this week I think the US put forward that South Africa should be the next host of the AGOA summit.
Oh, nice.
I think this is kind of like an apology for Fakia's over, because the one of the repercussions people were speaking about if we were selling weapons to Russia was that we would be kicked out of the AGOA.
Yeah.
So I think this is just to reinforce the idea that Briggs is full of shit and he should fuck off.
Yeah.
That fucker, once again, my bond went up. The price of my house went up because, and sorry, not the price of my house. The amount I had to pay went up. Not me. That fucking idiot, bro. I hate him. Where's your evidence? Anyway, the next story. You don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Okay.
The Canadian Parliament invited a soldier, right? So I don't have the thing in front of me, but he was a member of the SS. I'm pretty sure that's Hitler's secret police, right? He was. So they invited him, and they described him as a World War II veteran who fought against the Russians. Think about it. Who were the Russians fighting during World War II? Why didn't the alarm bell should have been going off in your head when they said that? You know. But it's like I really don't know what to say. You know, like it's like I know I'm not professional. I don't check up as much as I should. And, you know, but the Canadian Parliament, surely you have where are your checks and balances? Fuck. And also, I don't know why this is, but the president of Ukraine was there. He was just there. He was there, and he was a part of that, like
meeting. I guess.
This praise for this Canadian Nazi. Now, here's the thing that Vladimir Putin has said.
Yes.
You know, in the very beginning when, they first invaded Ukraine.
Yeah.
He accused them of being Nazis.
Yes.
And said that he wants to solve the Ukrainian question.
Yes.
So, that means genocide.
Yeah.
That's the same thing, like in World War II.
Yeah.
It's the Jewish question.
Yeah.
And the question is, what should we do about the Jews?
Yeah.
And the Nazis were like, let's kill them. Similarly, when he said that about we're going to solve the Ukrainian question, it was we're going to kill the Ukrainians.
Yes.
But anyway, so Zelensky clapping for a Nazi. It's not looking good, bruv. How do you make you making Vladimir Putin's propaganda come real? You need to put your thinking cap on, fella. Anyway, yeah, it's again not a laughing matter, but it's so funny. It's so where were your researchers? And you watch that video, everyone is standing up and they're clapping so proudly and there's gonna be a lot of in elections. They're like, my opponent clapped for a Nazi. All right, finally, Russell Brand.
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Who is he?
Oh no, I'm thinking of Russell Crowe. Who's Russell Brand?
Well, he's an actor.
Oh,
I think he was a comedian.
Okay.
I don't know too much about him. I know he was married to Katy Perry.
Oh,
That's
right.
mainly from, and he was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
He was having sex with Sarah Marshall, and her ex-boyfriend was went to that same Well, you know the plot of
Yes.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. But anyway, so he's not somebody like that I think of, you know, a lot. But apparently he's like a huge creep.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. He like did a rebrand.
Her Russell brand.
Yeah. So I think he had this reputation of being like a wild guy,
Yeah.
right? And then in about maybe 2016. So this is the problem without me having researched the news. Like sometime he stopped drinking, he gave up alcohol, and he became sober.
Right.
And he became like a podcast host. And he like he was on Joe Rogan,
Okay.
and he has like, I wouldn't call him a right winger, but he has a bunch of right wing
Ideas.
or
Right,
like
okay.
right wing conspiracies. He's like anti-vax,
Oh.
right?
Okay.
So this week, or I think it was like 2 weeks ago, but the thing is like we haven't recorded in a while, so that's why I have news stocked up from
2 weeks ago.
yeah. But so there's 3 cases here, right? 2 women are alleging that he raped them,
Oh shit.
which
Okay.
I don't know what to say, bro.
Not good, folks.
Rape is awful. There's nothing to be said there, right?
Yeah.
But it's possible that he didn't do it.
Okay.
I'm just saying we don't know the details of that. So
That is. Yep.
what's the word? He hasn't been judged yet.
Yeah.
But the 3rd case is there was a 16-year-old girl that he was dating,
Oh.
right? Which apparently, according to British laws, is alright. The age of consent is 16. But do you recall earlier in this episode when I said what's the law and what's moral are not the same thing, right? This guy was 31 years old dating a 16-year-old.
Oh.
And I keep saying dating, but I should be saying statutory rape.
Yeah.
But
Ugh.
whatever the case is, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, those 2, the first 2,
Yeah.
we don't have the evidence or whatever, you know, to make a decision.
Yeah.
With this, he's admitting to it. I went out with a 16-year-old. That is pedophilia in my head.
I think there's a special word for it, but I don't remember it now. So yes, pedophilia.
Ibibophilia or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what pedophiles say to to reduce the what's the word?
The badness.
The harshness of their actions.
Harshness,
They're like, oh, she was 15. 15 is fine. That's not even a child. Children is pedophilia. No, 15 is pedophilia. Right? But it's also grooming. Well, do you know what grooming is?
Yeah.
So grooming is you not having sex or like kissing or like any contact with the child.
Yeah.
But you're like saying, oh, when you come of age, we'll get together. Or, you know, like you're trying to like...
It's just...
I don't know, you're setting them up
Yeah.
to try get together with them later on.
Yeah.
Grooming is like you're leading on a child.
Yeah.
To me, but the thing is that they did have sexual contact, so it doesn't really fit this definition, but it feels like grooming to me. He was like leading on a child.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of between grooming and pedophilia.
yes, so this guy is fucked.
Yeah.
I hope there's a lesson that people learn here, like, you know,
Don't touch kids.
well, yeah, I'm like young guys around the world that like, even though it's not illegal,
Yeah.
it's still fucked up and creepy and immoral.
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing a lot of right-wingers defend this, right? Do you know who Ben Shapiro is?
Yes.
So Ben Shapiro was like, well, the legal age of consent is 16 in Britain, so it's fine, you know?
Oh, no.
He's like, I think he said he doesn't agree with it, but it's fine.
Okay.
But fuck the law. Where's your morals, right? Because the right wing, especially Ben Shapiro, is very upset about something called fuck, I can't remember, but it's like where drag queens read to children,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
right?
about.
They say it's like these are pedophiles trying to, you know, attack your children,
Yeah.
right? When it's like what they want to do is like make it more accessible.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, what the fuck does that mean? It means that like when children grow and when people grow up, right, and they encounter a drag queen, it seems strange.
Yeah.
So if you introduce the idea that drag queens are in the world and it's just,
One of them things.
there are people that exist that are drag queens to children,
Yeah.
when they grow up, they won't be like, oh, that's strange. It's like, oh, that's just a drag queen. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's the idea that
Yeah.
they don't encounter something that they find strange later,
Yeah.
because the idea of a drag queen is
It's already there.
yes, they've seen it before.
Yeah.
Right. So the right wing says that's pedophilia. That's grooming. That they
That reading books to children.
yes, that
Is-
they I think they ascribe some sort of sexual connotation to drag,
Yes.
where drag is just dressing up in a different gender clothing.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a sexual thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
People are like attracted to people in drag, and you have drag shows where
Drag queens dance and perform and
yes,
stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
that could be viewed as sexual, but they're not doing a drag queen show. They are drag queens who are reading.
They're
Right.
reading, for God's sake.
So yes, it's very. It shows the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Not that they care. They won't. If you expose a right wing as hypocrisy, they just don't. They do not care, right?
Yes.
But I just wanted to point it out anyway, that actual pedophilia,
Yes.
no, it's fine. It's it's cool. Drag queens reading to children, no, that's pedophilia. Fuck it. The left, the loony left. Yeah. Anyway, so do you have any news?
Just one story. Donald Trump Jr.'s Twitter account, in other words, X account, was hacked. And it announced, "I'm sad to announce my father Donald Trump has passed away. I will be running for president in 2024." Which I just find hilarious.
I don't know. It wasn't that funny.
I
I
don't
saw
know.
this as well, but it's like it's too obvious.
Yeah.
If you've been hacked, it should be like borderline. Like this person might say that. This was just too like. Obviously, it's bullshit. But yeah. Anyway, is that it?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the context for the movie.
Yeah, sure.
I have no context, but because it's a original movie. It's not like where we usually speak about like franchises or like an adaptation from a comic character, and then we
Yeah.
speak about this. This is just a original idea. So the one thing I will say is it's distributed by A24.
Yes.
I think this is our second A24 movie.
After Bo's Afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. I can't remember any other.
I also can't think of any.
But yes, but it's
Yeah.
not precisely the same because they just distributed this.
Yeah.
They produced Bo's Afraid. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
This movie it's made by two Greek Australian guys,
Yes.
and I wish I had their names in front of me. But yes, I really love this movie. I'll say that.
Okay. I'll get to my thoughts at the end.
All right, so can we just get into it?
Yeah.
So I love the opening scene where it's a tracking shot, and we'll speak about tracking shots later on, but
Yeah.
it's a tracking shot of this guy behind his back. He's walking and he's like, "Oi, any of you seen Dakin?" And the drunk guy shouts back, "Who the fuck is Dakin?" That made me burst into laughter, bro. Anyway, so they just that's it. See, obviously, I don't even know if we needed this opening scene because it comes back later, right?
But barely.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not it. It doesn't necessarily add anything to
No.
the movie. Well, it kind of tells us where they get the hand from.
Yeah, kind of. But even that is only revealed much later on.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter where they got the hand from. It's just like, oh, I got it from a friend.
Yeah.
That's all was needed, So, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea, to be honest.
Anyway, the real beginning is when that girl, she comes and picks up the boy.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened, but he was like smoking. Oh, no. That guy, he was smoking cigarettes.
The best friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they picked him and they saw a dead kangaroo.
Yeah.
Well, not a
dying kangaroo.
A dying kangaroo.
Yeah.
Which
she didn't kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, this could only happen in an Australian movie.
Yeah.
This is very unique, because I'm used to like a deer,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that,
Yeah.
But a kangaroo, I was thinking about it. I'm like, can a car hit a kangaroo? They're so fucking big. Like, I would imagine there'd be a turned over car next to it, like we fucked each other. But yeah,
but it looked like a baby, so I'm assuming it just.
They murdered a baby.
Yeah.
A baby kangaroo.
Yeah.
But yes, they should have taken it back to the
RSPCA.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
What's RSPCA?
The Royal SPCA.
What does it? I know we have an SPCA. That's
Yes.
why I was like, what does the R? But yeah, I assume it's royal.
Yeah, it is.
But, well, we were part of the Commonwealth. Why don't we say royal?
I'm assuming we've not how do I describe? So Australia and New Zealand and Canada are still kind of, I guess, associated with Britain, because their ships are still called HM something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The same thing. We were under the control of the Empire.
Yeah, but I don't think we are anymore. They've still.
Why?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. When the Empire stopped being the Empire, they made it the Commonwealth.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So we're part of the Commonwealth. Why don't we do the same?
I don't know.
All right. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Anyway, this will come back later, but she should have taken the
kangaroo somewhere
to the hospital. That's what I was trying to say, right?
To the hospital.
That's where you take someone that's gonna die.
Yeah, but you would take an animal to a vet.
Well, I can go to the hospital. They can refer me to a. I don't know the vets in the area.
Well, you could probably Google it.
Look, I didn't see a dead. I'm not the one who saw the dead kangaroo, right? It's very unlikely that I'm ever going to see a dying kangaroo. Except in this movie.
Yeah.
But
this is the one occasion.
Yes. Anyway, the kid holding his. So you see, this is the thing. I just have random notes as I watch the movie.
Yeah.
So it's. Yes. Do you just have random thoughts, or did you go scene by scene?
I went scene by scene.
All right. Well, you can.
Yeah. So there's in that kangaroo scene, there's a lot of when she walks up to it, there's this very eerie.
Did she walk up to it?
Yeah.
I'm sure they stayed in the car.
No, she got out of the car.
Oh.
She walked up to it. She looked at it.
Yeah.
There's this very eerie music, and it's at the time I was like, ooh, this might be foreshadowing something, and then I realized later on, definitely foreshadowing, because she sees it later on as well in the hospital when it's hopping around.
Yeah, but it's not about the kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
What's a metaphor?
A metaphor is when you're comparing something.
No, man.
Yes, I know what you're saying. Look, she was supposed to help the kangaroo.
Right.
The boy is the kangaroo later on.
Right.
She's thinking about putting the kid out of his misery because she didn't do it to the kangaroo.
Yeah.
But in both cases, they should have taken to the hospital to get better, not kill them.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a metaphor for the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why later in the hospital she sees the kangaroo, because she's there to kill the kid.
Yeah.
Yes, and she chickens out again because she has the yellow scissors.
Yeah.
So that's the second time she.
Chickens out.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why she put him in a wheelchair and took him away.
I think she couldn't stab him, so she decided she was gonna have
A different kill method.
Yeah.
But it's the same,
Yeah, she was still gonna kill him, but I think
She couldn't stab.
yeah, I think she she wanted to share the blame because if she stabbed him, it would have just been like, oh, I killed this kid. But if she pushed him,
His name is Riley.
Yeah.
And you know why I know that?
Why?
Because the spirit of her mother says, Riley needs your help.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, who the fuck is Riley? What is this new plot that's going on? They've introduced the new character of Riley, and then I was waiting for them to call somebody Riley, and then they call the kid Riley. I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but anyway, we're just jumping around, right? But before they even do a talk to me, the kid is, when he's asleep, his hand is holding the phone.
Yeah.
And I thought this is gonna be some
big plot point.
Yeah, it's some metaphor for the phone, Nowadays, people, they're just too busy with the phone,
Yeah.
Back in my day, there used to be real conversations, People would talk to each other, but now they're just on the phone. So yeah, his hand was in the, what's the word? The form of,
the handshake kind of.
Yes, when he was holding the phone.
Yeah.
So I thought that would, but I have thoughts later on which might dovetail with that. But anyway, next.
Okay. Yeah. So then they get to Mia's house, the kid's house as well, and honestly, this was the scariest part of the movie for me. They put their shoes on the bed.
I did think that was weird. Bro, I was like, what's going on? And these are school shoes. It's not like, if it was maybe slippers, I could kind of understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are school shoes.
Yeah.
There's probably mud in her and, at the
Dirt.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Ugh. Absolutely upsetting.
Yes. Oh, shit. I forgot to say this, but this is a horror movie.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Now, the date is the 26th.
Yes.
But we're supposed to record this on the 24th. So
yes.
Either way, it's before October.
Yes.
Or as I call it, Spooktober.
So spooky.
So we're starting 1 week early.
Yeah.
Which is one of the scariest things of all. I'm always worried I'm going to get somewhere and then I'm too late for the thing.
Right.
So that's why we're starting Spooktober early because of what I just said. It's scary. And also maybe because I don't know, we had nothing else this week. Yeah. But yes, this movie came out a long time ago.
In June, July?
Well, even before that. It premiered at a festival in 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Then it came out at another festival, I think Sundance.
Yeah.
That's where...
Oh, right, yeah.
That was that's where the main hype came from.
Yeah.
And then it came out in America in June, July.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting for so long, and it's finally come out here now. So
yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot. Anyway, carry on.
So there's a bunch of just I guess storytelling where Mia is talking to her boyfriend, and she tells what's her face, the other chick, to go outside so that she can talk to her boyfriend. And then
okay, when was this?
During the same, so they sit on the bed for a little bit.
Yeah.
She's on the phone. Well, I think she takes a phone call, and then she hangs up, and then she's like, "Hey, could I have 5 minutes to talk to this guy?"
All right.
And then she leaves. Well, not leaves, but she goes outside and sits with the brother. And the kid's studying moths, it looks like.
What's moths?
Moths. Like, you know, the
okay. I know them.
grey butterflies.
I've heard about them.
Yeah.
Alright.
It looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And?
There's no metaphor for that. I just thought it was strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, this touches on a lot of insecurities.
Yeah.
Like, so Mia,
Yeah.
she says something. She's like, I have this dream, or not dream. She's like, I look at myself and I can't see myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's like a textbook sign of loneliness.
Yeah.
You know, it's like she feels invisible.
Yeah.
Because, you know, she's not connecting with anyone else. Which, sorry to bring up Big Jim, but that's why in Avatar, the phrase that means you deeply connect with somebody is "I see you."
Yeah.
Right. That's you know, when you finally connect with somebody, you say "I see you."
Yeah.
So similarly here, she can't see herself because she's so lonely. And later on, we learn this is because she feels abandoned.
Yeah.
She feels abandoned because her mother killed herself.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it can feel like you're being abandoned because a mother would rather die than, well, that's not how it was intended, I don't think. I
Okay.
think the mother had problems she couldn't deal with,
Yeah.
right? But to the child, it seems like, you know, you're running away from me.
Yeah.
You know, and you can feel abandoned by that.
Yeah.
And she has a very strained relationship with the father.
Yeah.
The first time we see him, or rather we don't see him, she's like washing dishes and he's blurred out in the background.
Yeah.
So, you know, that speaks to her isolation.
Yeah.
But it's not just her insecurities. There's one of the ghosts or whatever, when they possess the boyfriend, says, he speaks to the girlfriend and says, he hates it when you touch him.
Oh yeah.
You make him soft. But yeah, and you know, that like Maori, or not Maori, I don't know what to call it, that girl.
Oh yeah. Wait, which one? The one with the hand?
No, yeah, the hand. She's like native. I don't know what to say.
Oh, their name is
I think
Zoe something.
Tina.
No, like in real life.
Oh, okay, whatever. But yes, they were like, yo, the spirit is a dick or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought the exact same. I was like both of us said it at the same time. I was like, yo, the spirit is a cunt. But I think she said dick or something. But we were both like, this is so far. But yes, it speaks to her like, you know, like she's not doing it for this guy.
Yeah.
And I think it's partly because he was dating her best friend.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, she feels insecure.
Yeah.
Because, you know, maybe she's comparing herself to her friend.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. You know, that's there's many reasons for insecurity.
Yeah.
You know, her character is not really delved that deep into. I don't think she's
just kind of there.
She's just kind of mad because her brother was
possessed.
Yes,
Yeah.
but she doesn't really get to do anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, the kid.
Yeah.
The girl, she says, or you know, the girlfriend.
Yeah.
She says to the kid, "Did you tell them about how you came into my bedroom crying?"
Yeah.
Which also speaks to the kid's insecurity.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, loneliness and insecurity. That's the thread of,
Yeah.
you know, all of them.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Mia chose to do it in the first place.
Okay.
You know, because if you're feeling like lonely, you like try to do stuff to get yourself noticed.
Yeah.
Right?
Right,
So she
yeah.
was like, to make them like me, I'm gonna do the hand thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
It's also like a very teenage thing where it's like,
trying to fit in.
yeah, like people are trying this new thing and it's like, oh wow, this is so cool. and then it's not really peer pressure in this case, but like it's like, oh, now I want to do this thing to fit in with them, and as you can see, doesn't end well, kids. Don't do it. Don't care what other people think.
Now, this is something I don't know what it means,
Hmm.
but the black girl is always wearing yellow.
Okay.
So she has a yellow jersey in the beginning.
Right.
And I thought it would be like like in They Clone Tyrone,
Oh.
everyone has a color.
Yeah.
So very early on, we see her in yellow, we see the girlfriend in pink, and we see the kid in grey.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be like a through line, but the girlfriend and the young kid don't, like, they change into various different things.
Yeah.
Where the black girl, she's always has something yellow, including the yellow scissors, which I mentioned, right?
Yeah.
But I wrote them down here. So yellow jersey in the beginning. When she's in the school uniform, she has a yellow watch.
Right.
She's wearing like a black shirt, but the undershirt is yellow. It's
Okay.
like a yellow long sleeve shirt.
Okay.
She has a black t-shirt with a panther on a yellow background.
Okay.
She has a yellow dress shirt. I don't know what that's called. It's like a corduroy.
Like a button up.
Yes, the button up,
Yeah.
right? And I think potentially in one of the flashbacks, her mother's dress was yellow, although I can't be certain of that.
Okay.
And the candle is yellow, right?
Uh.
So I don't know what that all means. But well, we spoil this movie. We spoil all movies.
Yeah.
But at the end of this movie, she becomes a ghost.
Yeah.
So is that the through line? She's wearing yellow. The candle is yellow.
So
she becomes a ghost. But then the candle has nothing to do with it, really. It's just you can use any candle.
Yeah.
It could be a coincidence that the candle was yellow. But that's what I'm saying. I really don't know. I watched this, it was very late. I didn't have time to Google, what does yellow represent? The only thing I can think of is, in the Cthulhu mythos,
Yeah.
you have the king in yellow,
Okay.
who's like, he presides over Carcosa.
Okay.
That's from True Detective Season 1.
Oh, nice.
The villain is the representation of the Yellow King in True Detective.
Okay.
So, I guess pretty bad. It's like he represents pestilence and like death.
Okay.
So
Maybe
don't
that.
know. Yeah, she dies. Well, I think she kills everyone in this movie.
Not everyone.
No, I'm saying everyone who dies, she kills them. The father.
Yeah. That's well. There's also
She stabs him.
Yeah, but there's also Duckett right at the beginning.
That's a technicality, you son of a bitch. But
But am I wrong?
yeah. All right. Anyway, so him bashing his head on the table was very disturbing.
Oh my.
So this is what I was supposed to mention before when I said Spooktober. This movie wasn't scary at all. I thought it was like disturbing, like watching him bash his head. Like,
yeah.
like scary things is like if I imagine myself in that situation.
Yeah.
I can't imagine myself banging my head, and if I do, I'm possessed. So
You probably will remember it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
So that was maybe the quote unquote scariest portion of the movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't really, feel scared.
Yeah.
Like I said, I felt disturbed, like unsettled, but not scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's fair enough.
Then, after the police come and that whole incident, right?
Yeah.
They take the kid to the hospital.
Yeah.
She's washing her hands, and
Yeah.
the blood won't come off. That reminded me of,
Yeah.
What?
Macbeth.
Yeah, Lady
Yeah.
Macbeth. Lady Macbeth, she sees red on her hands,
Yeah.
and she can't. But there's nothing on her hands, but she keeps on washing.
Out damn spot.
There's a big water theme throughout the movie.
Okay.
So, she was washing the dishes.
Yeah. She was washing her hands.
Yeah. But like when they're asleep, they can see the pool reflection on them. Like when the first dead person or like dead ghost comes, you can hear like a dripping, and they like it's because they drowned. You can see like there's just a lot of water things.
Yeah.
I forgot to write them down, but like I have no idea about that. I don't know what the water represents. And like mirrors.
Yeah.
Mirrors are a big thing. Well, I mentioned that about herself not being able to see herself. That's loneliness. But mirrors are a big thing in ghost movies.
Yeah.
Like you can see, like you only see them through a mirror or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yes. The next thing I want to say is these spirits are very like mean-spirited.
Yeah.
They are more like, the demons from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Like they try to play tricks on you and like prank you and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They were very like, like I said, mean-spirited. Because clearly, one of these things tricked her into murdering her father.
Yeah.
Because that whole plot, I thought like this dead mother plotline wasn't like dovetailing with the main story well.
Yeah.
It was just like, I felt it was more like to build Mia's character, to learn more about her. It's not necessarily gonna, we have an A plot and a B plot.
Yeah.
And they may not intersect.
Yeah.
But I loved how, like, how it came around in the end.
Yeah.
That, like, so I do believe her mother showed up once.
Okay.
And that was the first time the child got
Hit in the like possessed.
touched their hand,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
The mother was there and she said, "I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
Hurt you
or something like that."
Yeah.
And she said something like, "I hope you're happy."
Yeah. Right.
And then like that's the end,
Yeah.
right? And I should say that her wanting of connection
Yeah.
is what caused this whole thing. Her seeing her mother and like wanting more time with her mother
Yeah.
is what caused the kid to be possessed.
Yeah.
But anyway, fuck, what is I trying to say now?
I have no idea.
The mother. Okay, so after that, every spirit she talks to after that, where she's like, "Mom, please talk to me."
Yeah.
I think that's a different like evil spirit that's pretending to be a mother, right?
Okay.
And remember, they say that if the spirit comes into you, it knows your thoughts.
Yeah.
So I think the spirit looked through her thoughts and knew that she wanted it to be true that her mother didn't kill herself.
Yeah. Okay.
Which again speaks to the abandonment. She feels abandoned
Yeah.
and thinks her mother wouldn't do that to her.
Yeah.
So she had to have been killed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And she has like a strained relationship with the father, like I said.
Yeah.
So she has doubts about and the thing about the father holding back that note.
Yeah.
It's possible that also she like sensed that sort of duplicity within him.
Right. Yeah.
So that spirit took advantage of that and fueled that. What's the word? Craziness. Like conspiracy-minded. That
he killed her.
Yes,
Yeah.
and murdered the father.
Yeah. Oh, that was.
That I loved how that and there's another scene came together.
Which?
Where like they imagining it happen.
Yeah.
And then we see it happen.
Oh yeah.
The father dying was a great instance of that.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the other one, but fuck.
That scene there was, that was probably for me kind of actually genuinely the scariest. But
what, when the father dies?
Yeah, well, like the little bit before that.
He's breaking in.
Yeah, when he breaks into the room and like jumps on her.
Oh.
That actually scared me, but that was the only thing that actually I was like, oh shit.
And she had yellow scissors.
Yeah. She did have yellow scissors.
Anyway, I was gonna say, I knew there was some kind of twist coming.
Yeah.
And so the obvious twist was that the father killed the mother.
Yeah.
But the twist is that it was just true.
Yeah.
Everything that we saw was true.
Yes.
It was just the ghost fucking with her. Because, like I said, the first time the mother appears, she doesn't say that I was killed by somebody else or something like that. She says, I love you. That's basically all she says, right?
Yeah.
Which is what you would assume,
Yeah.
a mother would say, a dead mother would say.
It does make sense.
Right?
Yes. Yep.
She doesn't say that your father killed me or whatever.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know what's going on with the boyfriend.
Okay.
So if we don't know. Actually, we do know. The spirit said that you make him soft. He hates when you touch him, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the spirit is inside him, so the spirit knows that's true.
Yes.
It may not be. I mean, yes. So I thought he might be gay,
Oh.
but he it's like implied that he doesn't have such problems with Mia.
Mm.
He only had problems with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he may not be gay. But there's another shot of like Mia coming out of a bathroom. And she comes out of the bathroom and it says male.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm like, what's going on here? Is Mia like a man? You know? And she has like short hair. I don't know what that means. You know?
Yeah.
That like Mia's a man and the boyfriend is gay for Mia. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, you know. Or maybe like I missaw her coming out of the bathroom.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It could have like female written on it. And you
Yes, I
don't
just
see
saw the
feet.
male part.
Yeah.
But I thought there was something going on there.
I just thought he was like into bestiality.
Bestiality.
Yeah, because when he gets knocked over, he starts kissing the dog.
The dog kind of kissed him.
Yeah, but he kissed back.
Yeah, but he was possessed.
That is true.
It's not because he loves dogs, it's because the ghost was fucking with his body, bro. Are you on the ghost team?
At this point, I don't know.
Alright, yeah, but he just didn't want to be on video kissing a dog. It's not like that doesn't speak to his inner life, you know. But yes. I also wanted to say this was a wonderfully shot movie.
Oh,
I spoke about it earlier with the tracking shots from behind.
Yeah.
Where I'm trying to think of another one where like Mia comes out, she was walking towards the hospital. Is another great one.
Yeah.
Whatever, just go watch the movie.
Yeah.
You'll know what I'm talking about, right? There's some very well composed shots. That's also what I wanted to say. You know, when they're lying in the bed.
When she's sucking on his toes.
No, before that, when they were, it's like, you know, like a yin and yang.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were like, he was like to the side and she was like, you know,
Yeah.
in that circle.
Yeah.
So, yes, and then things went haywire.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, now, this is the thing. So we
Okay.
mentioned this this whole time that it's about loneliness,
Yeah.
right? It's people want connection. Even if you think about the title of the movie,
Yeah.
Talk to Me. It's like, you know, when somebody's lonely, they want somebody to talk to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, please talk to me. So it's also, you know, it's a double entendre. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, spirit, talk to me, but it's also like a cry out for help.
Help,
Somebody
yeah.
talk to me. So
Yeah.
anyway, I think the hand represents like maybe drugs.
Well, yeah, that's kind of... I would say that's a big part of it.
I thought that was the implication because it's shot in the same way that when, you know, you're doing drugs.
Yeah.
You know, when they're having those parties,
Yeah.
from
The little hand
yeah,
get-togethers.
they do the hand get-togethers.
Yeah.
It's shot in the same way that like a drug scene would be shot.
Yeah.
Where, like
Who wants to try this new thing?
yes,
that
and
I
then
found.
like you see them doing it, and like they laughing and having fun with it.
Yeah.
And, but they don't realize how fucked up the hand really is.
Yeah.
It's like later on when she sees like the little baby.
Yeah.
And the baby says, "I let you in," and they go to like the fucked up
Yeah.
ghost world.
Oh.
That was
That was wild.
the implications of that are fucking
Yeah.
horrific. I'm glad that they didn't delve too deeply into the law of the hand.
Yeah.
That it was like, this is how it works, that's all we need to know.
Yeah.
And then like we're just showing stuff. Yeah, that's it. This movie was very good at showing, not telling.
Yeah.
Right? Then like very, very basic thing that everything should do, but they don't do.
Yeah.
You just, instead of telling us, oh, this, do it, show it to us.
Yeah.
And this was great at that. Very good at visual storytelling, I should say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the hand metaphor for
Yeah.
drugs, right?
Right.
I think it's more like, it's not necessarily drugs.
Oh, okay.
It's more so just a false solution.
Okay.
Drugs is a false solution, right?
Yeah.
Because
right.
it makes you feel better without solving the underlying problem.
Yeah. Right.
But it could just be a what's the word? A metaphor for any kind of false solution. It's not necessarily drugs. I only thought drugs because of the way it was shot.
Yeah.
But the hand could mean anything, really.
Literally anything.
Yes. Well, no, not literally anything. Anything that makes you, that's a false solution, like what I just said.
Yeah. That makes you feel good,
Yes.
even though it doesn't.
It
fix
makes
the
you
problem.
feel good, but doesn't solve the problem.
Right.
Oh, well, there is stuff that doesn't make you feel good, but you still do, and it just distracts you.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
Like playing League. That's a good example.
playing League.
League of Legends.
Okay. What else?
Oh, there was something I wanted to say. Oh, right, yeah. There's this one scene where someone's possessed by the hand and they start hitting themselves. And I'm just like, that's what I would do if I was a hand demon. It would just be
You're
like,
not- you're
why are you
not a
hitting
hand
yourself?
demon.
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
You're not a hand demon.
But I, like, if I was.
What's a hand demon? Somebody who slaps. That's a slap demon.
No, like, one of the demons in the hand.
The demons are not in the hand. The hand is a gateway to the demon world. You're thinking too much of the hand.
Yeah.
The hand is how they connect. It's not. These are not hand ghosts coming. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Well, I did mention this, but you called it a demon, right?
Yeah.
So are they demons or are they ghosts? You see, because like that baby, what did that baby do to become a demon?
Yeah.
Or was that like a demon in another form? It came in the form of
A baby.
a baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because the implication is that at the end of the movie, when she dies, she becomes one of the things.
Yeah.
So dying makes you a ghost. It doesn't make you a demon.
True.
Right? But like I said, it's very, very much like the Evil Dead kind of demons, where like they're trying to fuck with you.
Yeah.
So are these ghosts trying to fuck with you? But then again, they were like, helpful ghosts, right?
Yeah.
And not like entertaining ghosts who are singing and like having fun.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. They're not necessarily all evil.
There's like a whole montage.
There's a luck of the draw kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yes. And the one thing I didn't kind of understand is we see from her perspective that it's just like she can't like interact with anything.
Yeah.
She's like, I think she's going into the future. Well, not going into the future, like
She's like seeing the future.
like time doesn't matter anymore in the ghost
Yeah.
realm, right?
Okay, yeah.
Where like she goes past and she sees the kid recover
Yeah.
and that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then she goes forward and she holds the hand.
Yeah.
And then she, the movie ends with her holding the
Uh-huh.
hand.
Well, the French
person,
guy.
Is he French?
I'm pretty sure he's French.
Alright, I don't know.
I think he was speaking French.
Listen, I don't know languages.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is she can't like interact with people.
Yeah.
But when from the other side, when the little girl says, "I let you in,"
Yeah.
it seemed like they could interact with each other, the ghosts.
Yeah.
So that's why, these are not like things that diminish the movie for me. It's just questions I have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like a doctor point for this. It's just I wonder the mechanics. And apparently the director said that they have like a whole book of like lore
Oh.
that they want to explore in like the second movie if they get the opportunity to do so. And,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they will. Because as far as I know, this has been a pretty successful movie.
All right. Well, are we done here? What do you have more to say?
What's your rating for it?
10.
10?
Well, I'm between 9 and a 10, but
Damn.
I'm leaning more towards 10. I still need to think about it some more. I watched it recently, so.
Yeah. Okay. I gave it a 7, but that's like, it's nothing to do. How do I describe this? I don't want to say it's not to do with the movie itself, because like all the creepy aspects, I'm just not into. Like, I don't enjoy those kinds of things.
But well, that's what I kind of enjoyed. That that it's not that creepy. That it's not that like hectic. It's just it's more about the emotions. Like I said, these lonely people trying for connection, and the themes of the movie were much stronger than than the if you're just watching it as a horror movie about like a kid who bumps his head on the table and like tries to pull his eye out and shit. I thought those were just the clothing layering on a very
emotional kind of,
like a very well written, well shot movie.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I'll think on it and maybe come back next week with
I'm not trying to make you change your rating. I'm just saying that's why I like it.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
fair.
Believe what you want.
Yeah.
Anyway, can we move on to recommendations?
Yep.
Do you want to start?
I don't even know when it was. It must have been like a month ago. I mentioned I'd started watching Captain 4. It's kind of like like Archer, but on a ship.
All right.
And instead of being a bumbling idiot that actually gets shit done, he's just a bumbling idiot.
Right.
Anyway,
Archer's not an idiot. Archer's not an idiot.
Okay.
He's vain. He's conceited.
Yeah.
He's rude.
Yeah.
He's childish.
Yeah.
But he's not an idiot.
Okay.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So, season 1 it's 20 episodes long, but
Christ.
yeah, but it's been split into 10. So they released the first 10 at the end of July on Netflix, and I think they're still working on the second 10. So I finished the first 10, and I quite enjoyed it. It's like very ridiculous. It doesn't make much sense until you realize that this guy's just he's so dumb. But I really enjoyed it. I gave it an 8.
Alright, pretty good.
For the first half of the season anyway. And then also I started watching One Piece, the anime.
Jesus. Oh wait, so you won't watch like classic movies, but you'll watch 1,000 episode manga anime.
I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Jesus.
And honestly, I didn't realize it was that long until a friend mentioned it to me, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm on."
That's all animes. All animes are thousands of episodes long.
He was like, "I'm on episode 760 or something," and I was like, "Oh my god, what have I gotten myself into?"
The only thing I'll do that for is Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean,
but look, there's a new live action One Piece.
Yes,
which is 10 episodes.
Yeah,
which you're better off watching the 10 episode, thing. Which apparently condenses the first 100 episodes
Oh no.
into a clean 10. So,
Yeah.
my recommendation
Okay.
to you.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Carry on.
Yeah. It's quite fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's also one of those just ridiculous.
Well, I heard it's like this guy's he wants to become the Pirate King,
Yeah.
and he has like a body like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So he just bounces about.
Mr. Fantastic.
Don't you know?
Oh yeah. Sorry, yes.
From the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I got the Fantastic Four and the Incredibles confused, and I was like, no, he's not that.
His wife is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
A Stretch lady.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Stretch characters.
Yeah. At least 3.
Yeah, but what's the word? The one guy's a detective.
A detective.
Okay, so we have Plastic Man,
Yes.
who's like, okay, he was a criminal named Eel O'Brien,
Yes.
and he became Plastic Man. Then we have the other guy who's a scientist, Elongated Man, right? But his wife was raped by Dr. Light,
Oh.
and somebody killed Dr. Light.
Okay.
And it was a big deal, like, you shouldn't kill people.
Hmm.
But they were like, he raped
Elongated man.
Elongated Man's wife. I don't know his wife's name, sorry.
Damn.
She's not like a superhero, she's just like a civilian.
She's just a wife.
Well, I don't know what a day job is.
Oh, yeah.
Because, very narrow to define as just a wife.
That is true.
That's
Yeah.
kind of fucked.
Fair enough.
Alright. Anyway, are you done?
I've got one more.
Hmm.
I watched it when it originally came out, but I watched it again recently. It's called Lookism. It's based on a manhwa.
A
What?
manhwa.
Yeah, it's a Korean version of manga.
Oh, I thought you were saying man-whore.
No.
Alright, carry on.
But basically, it's about a guy that has 2 bodies, right? And so,
Convenient.
yeah, very.
Can get so much done.
Yeah, exactly. Because, so he's like, originally he's this like fat, nerdy kid. He gets bullied a lot, that kind of stuff, right?
Oh, it's rude.
Yeah. And then one day he wakes up and he wakes up in a different body. That's like this gorgeous model, like, like the perfect, in inverted commas, body. And so he's kind of just balancing his life between those 2 bodies. And this...
It's a movie.
No, it's a series.
How long is it?
It's like 8 episodes. Well,
You rewatch this instead of...
yes.
Alright, carry on.
The manhwa itself is... I don't know, it's probably like 1,200 chapters by now.
Alright.
But these like 8, I think it's 8 episodes, goes through the first like maybe 40 chapters. So I'm kind of just waiting for the rest now. And I thought I'd rewatch it.
When's the next one coming up?
I have no idea. Hopefully soon.
Anyway,
Well, the chapters release on Wednesdays and Sundays.
I'm saying the next series.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you just watched it anyway.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just for fun.
Anyway, so a few weeks ago was the beginning of the Blank Check series on David Fincher.
Okay.
And his first movie was Alien 3, which I think I spoke about a little bit last week, but I'll carry on.
Okay.
Right. The first time I watched it, I gave it a 6.
Okay.
But I did think it was very underrated, right?
Right.
Obviously, the first Alien movie was directed by Ridley Scott. It was one of the best sci-fi movies ever made.
Yeah.
And the sequel was directed by James Cameron.
Yeah.
Big Jim. one of the best sequels ever made, right?
Yeah.
So this movie has the same... It's in a very unfortunate position, which is the same position Return of the Jedi and Godfather 3 is in.
Right.
It's
yeah.
They're trying to follow up 2 of the best movies ever made. Right? So if it's anything less than perfect, people are going to be overly critical of it.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel both Alien 3, not just both, all 3 of Return of the Jedi, Godfather 3 and this one are, right?
Okay.
I bumped it up to a 7 because I enjoyed it much more on a rewatch.
Right.
And so yeah, the CGI is still kind of horrible, but thematically I like it.
Okay.
And I think it's shot well in places.
Yeah.
And like the practical effects are good. The real one that's awful is Alien Resurrection.
Okay.
Which, no good, folks.
Don't watch that one.
That thing is an abomination. Anyway, so then the next one is about 7.
Okay.
Which
So
last
7
week,
and
yes, which was last week's movie. The first time, but this is what I mentioned on last week's episode, the solo episode, is I've already watched all of David Fincher's movies, and
Right.
I like when Blank Check expands my cinematic
Horizons.
resume.
Close enough.
Right. Like when they introduced me to new things, and I was mentioning last week, like I didn't watch Avatar until I was going through the James Cameron miniseries they did.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's what got me hyped for the second one.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's not introducing anything new to me, but it's giving me like added context for these movies that I don't know.
Yeah.
Although I did bump it up to a 10 before I even listened to the episode on it.
Yeah.
It's like, the thing is that it's not a twist. There's a reveal.
Okay.
And when you know about the reveal and you see certain things, it's
like, oh.
yes. When you see how the things, you can see the strings. It's very satisfying. And I will say another movie coming up, right?
Okay.
Anyway, it's a movie about it's a detective movie about a serial killer who bases his killings on the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. One of the, I gave it a 10. So, and like I said, it's one of my 2 favorite Fincher movies. So,
Yeah.
I hold it in very high regard.
Right. Yeah.
So far in the series, I've already bumped up Alien and 7.
Yeah.
So, Alien 3 and 7. So,
Okay.
So, maybe I shouldn't be so final in saying that Zodiac and 7 are my 2 favorites.
Yeah.
Maybe I should speak about it at the end of this series.
There's
But
still some time there.
I will say that, Blank Check does series in services of like a new movie coming up.
Yeah.
And Fincher's new movie this year is called The Killer,
Okay.
starring Michael Fassbender.
Hey.
And I found out something very disturbing about Fassbender, right?
Okay.
Apparently he beat up his girlfriend and like she had to go to hospital.
Damn.
And he's never, like, he didn't go to jail. He didn't, like, he's never spoken about it. He just keeps quiet about it. So I'm gonna boycott that
Yeah.
movie. You can do it because I know you love violence against women.
Oh
but,
my goodness.
I'm against that personally. So yes, I'm not going to be doing. But you may just come in, record it yourself, say how much you endorse Michael Fassbender, and then put it out. But I won't be a party to it. Sorry.
Honestly, I thought you were just gonna say like he bends fasces, and I was gonna go, that's insane.
This is actually a very serious situation. I don't know why you would make a joke at a time like this, but anyway, watch the movie The Usual Suspects.
Okay.
Also, more sex criminals.
Oh no.
The star of the movie is Kevin Spacey,
Oh no.
and it's directed by what's his name?
That guy.
Bryan Singer.
Who's that?
Bryan Singer directed the X-Men movies, the first couple.
Oh.
He made X-Men 1, 2, and then he made Days of Future Past and Apocalypse.
Right.
Yeah. But look at this. X-Men 1 and 2 directed by a sex criminal.
Yes.
That guy.
Yeah.
Singer.
Yes.
X-Men 3, he goes off to make Superman Returns.
Yes.
X-Men 3, his replacement, Brett Ratner, also a sex criminal. Bro, the X-Men movies have the worst luck. Well, is it luck or is it a pattern now?
Yeah.
Two. But whatever, the thing is The Usual Suspects. They are like the two big twist movies
Okay.
starring Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
Seven is not really a twist, like I said. But anyway,
Yeah.
The Usual Suspects is one of the biggest twists in cinematic history.
Damn.
And it was written by Macquarie.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
I've heard the name.
Mission Impossible. We covered this movie
right. Yeah.
a few weeks ago. Yes, McHugh. Yes, he wrote this movie.
Okay.
And I was watching it for him, and then as the credits were going, I'm like, what the fuck? Well, I knew Kevin Spacey was in it, but I didn't realize it was directed by Singer.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, let me get out of this here. I gave The Usual Suspects an 8.
Oh, okay.
The twist doesn't make up for like the deficiencies within the filmmaking.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things I was just, and I think it's just a bit too long.
Okay.
Just cut out 20 minutes. That's like my my main criticism of most movies. Just cut out some, and then whatever amount of minutes, I think. Anyway, here we go. So I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Right.
Which is, do you know what that is?
I've heard of it.
What did you hear?
I don't know. I've just heard the
name. You're never ever ready for a follow-up question. All right.
It's like a 50-50 because sometimes you're like, oh yeah, okay, cool, you've heard of it, I'll move on, and sometimes it's like, what did you hear?
Because I know you know nothing. Anyway, it's starring Audrey Hepburn.
Who
I watched 2 of her movies this week. I'll speak about the next one just now, right?
Okay.
But she's wonderful, right? And she's kind of like, she is very like thin, which is going against the
norms of the time.
The norms of the time.
Yeah.
That very bosomly woman.
Yeah.
Yes, and then she was very thin, which was, like I said, against the trend.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a movie about, like I said, like an it girl.
Oh, right.
She's like she's what like the tabloids report about on the gossip pages.
Okay.
Right? And she's in New York, and it's about an unnamed writer who, well, in the movie is named, in the book is unnamed. Right? He goes and like falls in love with her.
Aw.
And yeah.
Cute.
It's kind of cynical.
Oh.
But they fall in love in the end, so is it that cynical,
Yeah.
Then I watched something called DC Showcase Blue Beetle.
Okay.
I found out they did so I watched this thing last year called DC Showcase Catwoman.
Right.
I just assumed that was the first one, but I went back and realized they've done a few before this, right? And this one came out in 2021. They're only like 15 minutes long. It's just a quick story about like this character and like an adventure they're on.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a Watchmen-esque
thing.
Yeah, because we mentioned this in the Blue Beetle episode.
Yeah, right.
But Blue Beetle is the basis for Night Owl in Watchmen.
Yes.
And well, all of the characters were from Charlton.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So it's the Question, who is the Rorschach equivalent. Silk Spectre in Watchmen is... Fuck, I can't remember the name.
The other guy?
No, she's a lady.
The other lady?
Yes, and then the comedian is Peacemaker, but Peacemaker wasn't in this DC Showcase.
Okay.
And Captain Atom was Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
Right? But so this Blue Beetle Showcase was just the 4 of those Charlton characters that
nice.
going on an adventure. So
okay.
It was pretty fun. Then I rewatched Jackie Brown.
Okay.
Which is a Quentin Tarantino movie. So I read this thing that claimed Jackie Brown is his best movie.
Okay.
Sorry. I saw this graphic where that listed his movies in terms of rating on IMDb or something like that.
Okay.
And Jackie Brown was second last behind Death Proof. And a lot of people, it's become like the popular thing to say is that Jackie Brown is actually his best movie, which not true. I rewatched it just to make sure. Right.
Right.
It's still very solid. I gave it an 8.
Okay.
But it is the only Tarantino movie that made me cry.
Aw.
Yeah. The final scene where Jackie's driving away and Bobby Womack Bobby Womack's Across 110th Street starts playing,
Yeah.
I always cry. I watch it 3 times. Every time I cry.
Aw.
Yes. Anyway, Lost in Translation.
Mm.
It's a, speaking about Godfather 3, it's a movie directed by Sofia Coppola,
Okay.
the daughter of Francis.
Okay.
She starred, or not starred, she was a character in Godfather 3 because Winona Ryder dropped out.
Right.
And a lot of people blamed her for Godfather 3 being bad. Right?
Okay.
Because she didn't act
Yeah.
good in it.
Yeah.
But anyway, she became a director and she made Lost in Translation a second movie. And it's, I really loved it.
Okay.
I saw this thing that compared it to In the Mood for Love, which is a Wong Kar-wai kind of like a mood piece.
Okay.
It's a love story and a mood piece. It's not necessarily about like the plot.
Mm.
It's more just like these two characters hanging out and we see their relationship develop.
Okay.
And it's about Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson. They both in Tokyo and they're 2 Americans and they find connection with each other.
Yeah.
I gave that a 10. Liked it so much. This was nominated for Best Picture in 2003.
Damn.
Yeah. And it lost.
Damn.
And was it deserved?
Maybe.
What do you think?
I don't know who won in 2003.
Alright. Return of the King. Do you know what that is?
No.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Jesus. You know nothing. Yes. The third Lord of the Rings movie, Return of the King, which definitely is a better movie than Lost in Translation. Anyway.
Okay. Yes.
Then I watched Roman Holiday. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's another Audrey Hepburn movie.
Oh, this is the second one.
Starring, it's with Gregory Peck.
Okay.
The 2 of them go, she's a princess. And
Okay.
she meets this guy, Gregory Peck, who's just like a rando.
Yeah.
Well, not a rando, he's like a businessman.
Right.
And she gets away from her princess guard and stuff,
Oh.
And then they go on a holiday in Rome.
She just.
But anyway, they mentioned this in Fast and Furious, right?
Okay.
You know the movie we covered earlier this year?
Yes.
Where they're standing in Rome.
Yeah.
And who's the old lady?
Dom's grandmother.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Helen Mirren says, you're no Gregory Peck and this is no Roman Holiday or something like that, right?
Yeah, right.
So I've been wanting to watch it since then. And I watched it. I definitely like Breakfast at Tiffany's way more than Roman Holiday. But I do find her so charming. I really love Audrey Hepburn now.
Okay.
I've only watched two of her movies and yeah, I love her so much. Finally, I rewatched The Game.
Oh.
David Fincher's The Game, which was this week's Blank Check episode. And once again, it's not necessarily a twist, just a reveal. And I bumped this movie up.
Okay.
I initially gave it an 8. I gave it a 9 now.
Damn.
I did think this is maybe his most underrated movie.
Okay.
On first watch.
Yeah.
And I gave it an 8. Now I'm like, no. This is... Well, it's still underrated. That doesn't change. But I'm saying, in terms of my perspective on it,
Yeah.
it went up.
Okay.
So, yes.
Yes.
I love the game.
Fair enough.
But it's so scary. Don't put me in the game. Don't put me in the game. Anyway. All right. I also wanted to say, Succession's intro sequence is taken directly from the game.
Huh.
It's like bar for bar, word for word. They stole his old shit. It's precisely the same as the Succession intro, the beginning of the game.
Okay.
And it's very... Now that I thought about it, it has a lot of, intertwining themes with Succession, so...
I was actually listening to the Succession theme on the way here. Yeah.
I was listening while we were on the way here too.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
We were in sync.
Don't say that.
Oh, okay. We weren't in sync.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, give a like, etc.
Give 2 likes.
Importantly, it needs to be a 5-star review.
Has to be.
Please subscribe on Patreon to listen to our movie commentaries.
Yeah.
You can find all our links at PAICIP.com. Please tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend. Tell a family member.
Tell everyone.
And, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I forgot.
Not that I know of.
Well, bye.
Cheerio.
Au revoir.